You're not in a plateau, you're just eating and you're burning the same amount of calories. And in this video, I wanna show you exactly why the scale is stuck. What's up, guys? Hey, welcome to the video. Listen, if you're new to me, my name is Kyle Settles. I've been in the fitness industry for over a decade. I've opened many successful gyms, and I've helped thousands of people lose weight and keep it off for good, okay? And at one point in my life, I was 100 pounds overweight, so I know what it's like to go through the struggle, okay? And I've got your back, and if you stick with me on this video, I promise you, you can turn everything around too, okay? Now listen, before we get started, hey, if you're looking for a community, if you're looking for a course, if you're looking for coaching, okay, live coaching where you can ask questions, where you can talk with me, where you can be around people that are on the same path as you, hey, listen, down below in the description, join my school, okay? I'll see you inside, okay? Okay, now, let's get started, okay? If you're watching me right now, you're looking for a coach, right? You're actually trying to lose weight. You're actually trying to make changes. You're not looking for special effects, AI this, AI that. Dude, I've got this real, raw, authentic office room, whiteboard. I'm gonna coach you, okay? Now listen, the first thing that you need to understand, okay? You're frustrated. The scale is doing this. It's not moving. And this is usually a point where most people quit. They're like, screw this. Right? Because you've been doing this, you've been doing that, you've been changing certain things, and you're pissed off, okay? But listen, stay with me in this video. I wanna show you why or what you may be missing, okay? Now, calories in, calories out, okay? If you're burning and you're consuming the same amount of calories, that's a plateau, right? It's just energy in, energy out, right? You're eating enough calories and you're burning enough calories, or you're eating and you're burning enough calories to maintain you. Okay, but we need to make sure that we have realistic expectations, and we need to make sure that we're tracking the right things, okay? Because if you don't, listen, this point should set in. If you don't have data, and if you don't have an x-ray, how do you make adjustments? How could I even give you feedback? How could anyone give you feedback? How can you even give yourself feedback? And this is what most people are doing wrong, okay? They're not tracking, right? They're missing the snacks, they're going out to eat, they're drinking on the weekends, they're doing all of these things, and then they're getting frustrated, okay? We're not tracking the right things, we're not tracking everything, and we get frustrated and we quit, okay? So don't be that person, okay? Remember why you started, remember why you wanna lose weight in the first place, right? You want more energy to play with your kids, or you wanna attract a certain person in your life, or you wanna make money, or you wanna be more confident when you walk into a room. You wanna feel better when you look in the mirror. You wanna feel better when you put on clothes or go shopping. I get it. Remember, I was there at one point in my life. I completely understand. So stay with me in this video. Calories in, calories out. I wanna talk about realistic expectations before we go too far. Realistic expectations, okay? I'm not even gonna write it down. When it comes to weight loss, fat loss, when it comes to fat loss, we don't want to lose any more than 1% of our total body weight each and every week. Okay, why is that, Kyle? So let me give you an example. If you're 200 pounds, no more than 2 pounds. 300 pounds, no more than 3 pounds. So 0.5 to 1% of your total body weight. Why? Because we don't want to lose muscle. Muscle is our metabolic engine, right? We don't want to lose any more of our BMR, which we're going to talk about here in a second, right? Your basal metabolic rate, which is how many calories you burn at rest. Right? The more muscle you have, the more calories you're gonna burn at rest, right? The better you're gonna look, right, and feel when you do lose the fat. So we don't wanna lose what we work so hard for in the gym to keep, okay? Very important to understand that. Now, let's talk about calories in, calories out. So calories in, guys, you already know, everything that hits your tongue except water. I don't care if it's gum, candy, snacks, pretzels, it doesn't matter. Calories come in from everywhere, and what happens is most people are doing things blindly. They're just not tracking, and or they'll make up an excuse not to track, not to weigh their food. And without that understanding, you can't build the right habits, right? I've been doing this so long now, I can look at a plate, right? And I can understand how many calories are on that plate. So it allows me to make better choices. But you gotta go through the process. And the process, it's uncomfortable in the beginning, okay? But it doesn't last forever. It gets easier and easier each time you do it. But I'm telling you this right now, if you don't track and you aren't consistent, you're doing things blindly and you're gonna always struggle, period. I don't care what anyone tells you. If you don't understand food servings and food labels, you will struggle, okay? So make sure that you are tracking everything. Be honest with yourself. If you were working with me and I'm your coach, if you don't have data or if you don't have an x-ray, something for me to look at, how can I give you the right advice? I would be lying to you. Oh, just lower your calories, Sally. Just do more cardio. Just add more steps. I can't give you the right feedback or the honest answer without you doing the work. And you can't give yourself the honest feedback if you're not doing the work. So make sure that you are tracking your calories. MyFitnessPal, free apps. You can use Excel, you can do Google Docs. I don't care what you do, okay? But you need to make sure that you're tracking your calories in, okay? And hell, even if you reallocate your grocery money to a food prep service company, have your food delivered to your front door. We live in 2025, okay? It doesn't matter. This is about you right now, okay? I don't care what your family's eating for dinner. It doesn't matter all of these excuses that start coming in. You need to understand what you are consuming, okay? If you don't, you are doing things blindly. But there's so many ways to make this easier, okay? Now, calories out, okay? So if you're consistent tracking your calories, you know that you have 4 levers. Number 1 is BMR. We can't really do much there. That's your basal metabolic rate. How much muscle do you have right now? How many calories do you burn at rest? How many calories do you need per day to keep the lights on, keep you alive? Number 2 is gonna be my favorite, NEAT. Non-exercise activity. That's just how much, are you an active person or are you a non-active person? Are you a sedentary person, right? Do you sit at a desk all day? How much movement do you move throughout the day, right? Do you park close when you get to work or do you park far? Do you park close in the grocery store? Do you park far? Do you take the escalator or the elevator or do you walk the stairs? Most people don't move that much, okay? Steps are the best way to change your life. Just simply start by tracking your steps. I track my steps. I hit 15,000 steps a day every day. It's a non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. You can track your steps too. You don't need to hit 15,000. You can start at whatever makes sense for you, okay? Whether it be 3K, 4K, 5K, you can increase over time. Number 3 is gonna be TEF, thermogenic effect of food, okay? You gotta understand that when we eat food, we burn calories. Now, carbs and fats, when it comes to nuts, oils, avocados, oils, breads, cereals, those type of foods, they digest quick. It's easy for the body to convert into body fat or energy. Protein, you get a 30% metabolic increase, okay? So think about it this way. If you're eating 100 calories of chicken, you're really only getting about 70 of those calories because it's taken 30 of those calories or it's taken 30 calories to digest the chicken and break it down. Like the body is a machine and it takes energy to work. Does that make sense? So thermogenic effect of food is awesome. Number 4, exercise activity. Okay, exercise, that's your designated time to work out. Okay, whether you're doing a group fitness workout or a box gym workout or at-home workout, doesn't matter. That's your designated time to work out. So these are the 4 ways that we burn calories. Now, if you're tracking your calories and you are still reaching a plateau and you actually have data and you actually have an x-ray for yourself and you're like, wow, it's been at least 2 weeks. You never make changes until at least 2 weeks of consistency. 14 days of like money. Like I'm being consistent with all the things I'm doing. If you're still burning and consuming the same amount and you actually are being consistent, then listen guys, you know there's only a few things that you can do. You can adjust either 2, 3, or 4. And I would only adjust 1 of these, maybe 2. But you can increase your workout. You can increase your sets, your reps. You can maybe even add a workout, okay? You could increase your protein. Keep your calories the same, but raise your protein. Maybe you were at 120 grams of protein. Let's go up to 130 grams of protein, but lower our carbs and fats, right? Which keep our calories the same, just increase our protein. What about NEAT? Maybe you were at 5,000 steps. Let's go to 6,000 steps, okay? We're increasing our calories out, and this is something that is easy to track. Again, these are the 4 ways that we burn calories, okay? Now, over here on this side, you know calories in. Hell, maybe you're at 1,600 calories, right? And you've been consistent, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you go down to 1,500 calories, okay? Listen, a change has to happen if you're plateauing, which is just burning and consuming the same amount of calories. But I need you to understand that you can either pull on one side or you can pull on the other, or you can do a little bit of both, okay? You could lower your calories and increase your steps. You could lower your calories and increase your workout. But you have to remember, at the end of the day, this has to be something that you can do forever, okay? What, you're just gonna lose the weight and then stop? No, the steps that you are walking, the workouts that you are doing, right? The protein that you are eating, that's something that we need to be able to maintain after we get to our goal. We can always increase our calories over time, right? We can reverse diet and work our calories back up to maintenance, right? Once we hit goal. But listen, guys, if you're at a plateau, there's only a few things that we can adjust. So the biggest thing I need you guys to hear in this video is you gotta track. Without data, without an x-ray, you're lying to your coach, you're lying to everyone, including yourself, and you're doing things unrealistically, and it's just a matter of time before you quit or you do lose weight, and then you more than likely, most of the time, we gain it back because we had no clue of how we got there, right? We didn't actually build a system, right? So that we can build a habit, okay? Now, the last thing I wanna say before I leave this video, and I've made this video before on this topic, is when it comes to tracking your progress, okay? So when it comes to tracking your progress, you should be doing 4 different things. Number 1, you should be tracking the scale, okay? Every day, same time. Every day, same time. Why? Because you want to get an average of you for the week. Scale is going to go up and down depending on salt, sodium, inflammation, how much water you drank, did you drink alcohol, did you go to the bathroom, right? Sometimes we get constipated. So you need to make sure that you're taking an average. Number 2, you need to make sure that you're taking pics. A front, side, and back, okay? Front picture, side picture, back picture against a white wall or a bare wall in your bathing suit so that you can see changes. Number 3, measurements, okay? You need to make sure that you're tracking measurements. If you're serious, track measurements. Track your neck, your chest, your stomach, your hips, your thighs, your calves, your forearms. Again, when the scale is not reading what you want to see, the pics may be changing. If the pics aren't changing and the scale isn't reading what you want to see, your measurements are changing. Number 4 is going to be subjective, but your clothes, okay? You need to make sure that you're paying attention to these 4 things. What happens with most people is they're not doing any of these things except the scale. They'll jump on the scale when they feel like it. They'll jump on the scale once or twice a week. And listen, that's the worst thing you can do. It's the worst thing you can do because you're jumping on the scale. You're not understanding the scale. You're not understanding your average. You're not looking at the full picture, okay? So hopefully this is all making sense. You got calories out, you got calories in. You need to be consistent with your tracking. If you're not consistent with your tracking, not even me or any other professional coach can give you advice. If they do give you advice, they're gonna tell you to track because they don't wanna lie to you. Okay, I can't give you advice if I don't have data or an x-ray. And you can't give yourself advice if you don't have data or an x-ray. You're just guessing, you're doing things blindly, and it will never work, okay? Calories in, calories out. We just make adjustments, we play with the levers. Do not make changes until at least 2 weeks of consistency. It makes no sense. 2 weeks of consistency. Make sure that you're tracking your scale average, your pictures, your measurements, and then paying attention to your clothes. If you do this, you will get to your goal, okay? And if you need help, okay? If you need help with accountability, usually environment or accountability is what's holding people back. Because we as humans, we start to adapt, we start to conform to the environment around us. And most of the time, our environment isn't setting us up for success. Usually the people that we're currently hanging around are very similar to us, and we don't like us right now, right? We don't like our fitness. We don't like our body. We're trying to lose weight, okay? I'm not saying that you got to ditch your friends, but what I am saying is that plugging into a different community with people that are growth-minded on the same path as you is going to help you out and it's going to be the best thing that you can do, okay? Environment, accountability, jump in my Skool down below in the description, coaching community and course. I've got your back, okay? If you guys like this video, hey, let me know. Comment down below, hit the like button. Let me know what you're struggling with. Does this make sense, right? Let me know if I need to cover a different topic or slow this down or hone in on something, okay? I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.